The deal on the table is one guy from our army and one guy from your army fight for all the marbles, right? Fight for everything. So we don't have to have a big battle with everybody. And of course, they're going to choose Goliath. And you know, it's easy to say, hey, let's make a deal when everything is fixed in your favor already, isn't it? So here's our 9-foot guy. Anybody you got are fighting against him, and that's that. The winner take all. So for 40 days, they would all line up and hear all of these challenges and insults, etc. And they just didn't step to the giant. King Saul, David's brothers, all these wonderful men of the army that were brave and had so many, what do you call them, exploits over the years. They didn't step to this giant. And guess what? Day 39, day 38, day 37, that giant didn't go away. And here comes a teenager who trusts, you know I was going to get to this, right? And relies on the Lord, who had already seen God do things in his life. The most important thing I believe about this whole episode with David is that David had a memory. King Saul lost his memory, it appears. David's brothers and the other warriors seem to have lost their memories where they didn't remember. They wouldn't allow themselves to remember that, not that they had been in a situation like this, but they had been in situations with God, and God had seen them through. David had a good, fresh memory. He remembered that God had helped him when a bear attacked his sheep. And God had given him the strength and the power and the favor to kill a bear. He remembered that God had given him the strength and the power to deal with a lion when a lion came and attacked his sheep. David not only experienced God's blessings and God's favor and God's intervention, but he remembered. It's important not to treat God like he's got 3 tricks and that's it. Like the things he's done in the past, you're grateful for, but gee, I don't know if he can do it again. You're right, he can't do it again. He can do far and beyond what we can think or even imagine. Short version, David is like, I'll take him on. Short version, David is like, dude, you've been talking about the Lord my God. And today he's going to give you to me. I'm going to kill you, and you and all your little buddies are all going to be destroyed today by the power of the true and the living God. He didn't use a sword, not to, in the beginning. He used one to cut a man's head off, but you know the story. He got 3 smooth stones. Picked him up, got his slingshot. You know how a slingshot works? Not the kind that we use like that. He used the kind where, I'll tell you real quick, where there's a little pouch in the middle, and at each end there's, leather, like leather string. And you put a stone in the pouch. You following this? And then you bring the 2 strings of leather together. You whirl it and whirl it around real fast, get some velocity going. And then you let one of the strings go, and you direct it. You have to, practice and know how to get some expertise with this. But that thing goes like a boomerang would go. It goes fast, hard, with great velocity. David used his slingshot because he knew that God was in control. I'm just going to say this so that your new year is a real year this year. Huh? You can't defeat giants if you just keep marching back and forth in front of the giants. You got to step to them. All those other men just kept marching back and forth, hearing the giant insult them, hoping that something would happen. The young man, he stepped to the giant. He didn't have the equipment for it as we would see it. He didn't have the technology for it as we would see it. But God steps with any man and every woman who steps to giants in their lives with God as their maker, and as their focus. I want to encourage you to step to some giants this year. I don't know what kind you got. I don't know how many you got, but if you like most people, you got plenty. Step to them, huh? That's all I got to say on this occasion. May God richly, completely, and absolutely bless you and all that matters to you in your life. And may God's priorities become your priorities every single day. Take every day and move an inch, huh? In Jesus' name. Peace!